Guys, wagwan, wamaste, hola, good morning. Yeah. It's morning over here. Yeah, it's morning over here, about 6:50. And thank God for this opportunity. So again, I'm here for critique. And I have nothing personal about what I'm going to do, because I'm just looking at things and evaluating and looking at them in my perspective. So if your perspective is different, just bear with me, because I don't think like you do. Now guys, there has been a lot in Nyabohanzi, of course. This is a village of so much drama. I don't know whether there's another village similar to this. Now, of course, I'll start with Mayuguno. Today, I feel like starting with Mayuguno. Mayuguno, the manager of various projects. Of course, all of you know where Mayuguno started from. And many people liked him because of the way he was just talking. People could struggle to understand what he's saying, but he was there just talking. Yeah? So he has moved. Having 2 acres in the current Kenyan situation, it's not easy. Many people are struggling just buying a plot, 50 by 100, 100 by 100. And if you want, of course, that kind of land, you go to the villages. That's one thing I'll say to you. And people want to invest at large. However, you can also do an investment in the cities. Like Nairobi, you might be forced to spend, we have the side of the Masai. When you are at Kitengela, there are some few lands left there where you can get 100 by 100, that which has not been split, maybe at about 3 million. But that one again, if you don't have a flowing source of income, it will force you to get into a group. Yeah, but those lands are potential than now those in villages. Why am I saying this? In villages, when I look at Nyabohanzi, for example, people are buying land, but the only thing they can do is to build villas. They build villas. And I'm like, okay, having a home is a good thing. But then, when you put so much money just in a house that you live, and it will be labeled like that is so-and-so's home. That is your take. But in my take, before I get to build a villa, or whichever other bungalow or whichever, I should have invested out there in real estates. Yeah? That's what my brain tells me. I should have invested in other assets that will keep me flowing. Because YouTube is there, yes. But what if something happens? You know, from 2011 up to around 2020, academic writing was booming, by the way. I remember I could even make like a day as much as, let's say, 15,000 a day. And even if you'll skip 2 days, that would continue. But now, for those who are in academic writing, you understand what I'm talking about. We have now dry rivers. Dry rivers. Sometimes you work even a month and you only get 30,000. Sometimes, I'm saying that. There are times where there's a low season, like this month. We've only worked for like the first week, and the rest of the weeks there is no work because students have closed. And of course with AI, some students are doing their work for themselves. Now, maybe they'll reach a time when people are not interested in YouTube anymore. Because now, if these tools, AI is coming, and every person has the opportunity to create content, who will be looking at any other person's, because you can travel virtually. People are celebrating traveling physically, but we have those who are traveling virtually. They're exploring now culture virtually. They're using AI to come up with all sorts of magic. So guys, are you imagining this kind of era? I'm just being realistic. Are you imagining that? So then, why should you keep investing in villa? Okay, it's good to have land in the village, plant the maize, plant the sugarcane. But then, you also have to think outside the box. So I'm just indirectly talking about the Mayuguno, the Marwa guy, the Dimwango, the Davy Jr. And I know, of course, you will tell me that you have your own plans and you are truthful to yourself, and I don't know, you are honest and you live your life. All right, kings and queens, I'm not stopping you from living your life. Live your life. Live your life. So, I was on Mayuguno before I diverted. I was on Mayuguno. So Mayuguno has 3 projects running. Come on, guys. Who does that? When you are doing a project, it is always important that you focus on one project and finish. In Kiswahili, there's a proverb that if you want to go 2 ways, then you are going to break your wanasema ukitumia njia mbili utapasuka nini? Msamba. So I'm like, Mayuguno, why the hell are you living such a life? In fact, you are living a double life, again, from what we know. Now, guys, I want you to be keen when you look at Mayuguno all the time. Even though he poses as a very religious person,
we don't know, like,
I don't believe
he go, then he crossed the corner. So that we have been counting from there to go. So this part was like not out, it was out of the our agreement. So this is what we have been going. So if you're looking the land in Yabuhansi, and you have been thinking like, how can I go to the land?
So guys, Mayuguno is not that religious the way he poses. He does it maybe to maintain that image. But in reality, those who know him on the ground have told us, all of us have heard that he's not sober. The problem that is haunting Matiko's family is with Mayuguno also. And in fact, for those of you who are keen on Marwa's videos, there is a time he swore to talk to him. Because in reality, that guy is really drowned in a bottle. He is. He is. For heaven's sake. Whatever you may say, he is. Now, remember, this guy has been receiving a lot of charity, a lot of donations, people asking him to do this project and that. In fact, recently he was indicating that people are asking for land, and I was like, oh my God. He was talking about having bought the 2 acres slowly by slowly using the YouTube money. 1 plot at 700,000, so the 2 plots at 1.4 million Kenyan shillings. And I was like, yeah, that's good progress. But then, when we look on the other side of the coin, Mayuguno has messed. Mayuguno has messed. In fact, when Eve came to
Eve is very, I'm excited to be honest, to meet her. The day was like that. The day is very nice one, so I want to go. Bro, when you bought about it? Oh, sir. I want to subscribe. I'm excited that
these days I don't want to get into these things. When you marry them and they do what, you can't give excuses. Now you are adult enough and you have what it takes to have a wife. And you're just there setting, this will be our swimming pool. What is this habit in Nyabohanza about copying, you know? I want to be like this. I want to be like this. So you begin racing a story villa. You have not finished. We can see you are very far, by the way. According to what I know in terms of construction, you are so far. Yeah? When I look at that building, you are so far. Now you bring some sand, you pour there, and now make a video. And you say we are making steps slowly by slowly. Some of us are not having those donations, but we are trying. Yeah? If I decide, for example, that I'm going to raise a house, I'll take according to the measure of my clothes. And I make sure that I've finished it. But Mayuguno started 3 projects. None of them is complete. Guys, the European brothers, are you not seeing something is a mess? Something is definitely a mess. Hey, this guy is taking you for a ride. And in public, he pretends to be so religious, praying and all that. However, behind the curtains, what does he do? He is in the bottle. He is in the bottle. Because he gets this easy money, so he just spends anyhow, you know? He spends it anyhow. And he goes about abusing people even in the village. Yeah? He's separated with the wife and the kid. And he goes about sometimes lying. So, currently he's threatening a man, you know, the son of the widow. And we saw him come out yesterday saying that he does not fear. But Mayuguno is threatening him, demanding that he has, you know, claiming that he has spoiled his life, and so he's going to deal with him and bring him down. You know, those statements are very criminal. Very criminal. I wish somebody should sit down Mayuguno and advise him. You don't go threatening people and especially mention that you'll finish them. However much millions you have, you don't go about doing that. Once you do so, you are attracting Satan. Because you are in records of crime, and it is possible that someone may, you know, arrest you. I heard this son of widow saying that he's not ready to arrest. I wonder why. I wonder why he's taking the step of just dealing with it man to man. We don't do that. Even you, son of widow, shame on you. If you think that you're going to use man to man, that you are going to dare with your Luo aspect. Hey, elephants fall. I've lived around Tsavo Park. Elephants fall. And people cut that meat and share. So don't dare the devil. If Mayuguno has gone wrong by threatening, in Kenya it's easy to report, file a case, let him answer, so that he is aware another party knows. You, the YouTubers and those who are watching you, will not help you in case he's really after you. You are saying those are mere threats. Who says that? Remember, the battle is over a wife, I think so, and some donations are here. So you can see, Mayuguno has this easy money that he has been getting without sweating. So he's no longer going for construction, he's there just working in the villages, and because he has now subscribers, he eats well. All right, enough of that. Let's
people, and with people that I do respect in the village here. They have threatened me just because of hearing that I stole someone's wife. Right now, there are some sites I cannot go.
come to the villa, now where the wife of the house has left. The wife of the house has left. Yeah? So what will the king of the swamp do? He already insinuated that when the wife leaves, he wonders how he'll be eating. Guys, this is a typical traditional Kisii man. I didn't know that you can travel all the way, 70 countries, and you still come back as a villager. Anyway, they always say you can take the villager to town, but you cannot remove the village in him. That's what I just get. Because from the duo video that the king of the swamp did with the sister, he clearly said the danger zone in a woman who argues with the husband, a woman who cannot cook, a woman who does not bear many kids. And I'm like, okay, so you and Rocio, how many kids are you going to bear? King of the swamp, you didn't tell us. Come back and finish the story. Come back. I'm demanding that you come back to the streets. Finish the story you started. We are very curious to understand how many kids you're going to have. And does Rocio accept that? Is she a material wife? Because you are saying danger. Is she danger wife or material wife? And I was just wondering, when you talk of arguments, sometimes arguments are not supposed to be verbal, very verbal. Some people argue by keeping quiet. Do you know that the king of the swamp? Or you think all women argue by talking? Some of us talk, and show you pepe. But other women, they don't talk. They argue through silence. Go to psychology, you'll find out. There are various ways in which you can just show you don't like what somebody is saying. And of course, we've been following since you started building the villa. Since you came with this lady from Argentina and from traveling. And we've seen that her way of arguing is silence. Or saying, shrouding, just saying, oh, let it be, let's cross fingers. Hey, I want you to look at the typical example of Kenyan men who have advanced. Let's say the plain truth. All of us know that the Mount Kenya ladies, their eyes do not wince when they decide to have something. If it's business, my God, you won't stop them. And they show you pepe. They can, we always say they can pass with you. If I have to use the mother tongue translation, watapita na wewe. Watapita na wewe. Hey, talk about Mount Kenya ladies. But see how they have advanced? Most of them are very far off. They own a lot in this country. Talk of plots even in Nairobi. I've gone to Kariobangi areas, the Juakali areas. I've gone to Kayole, let's say go to these big estates. I started mentioning the normal ones. Now go to the bigger estates and see who are these that own plots there. The Ruiru, the Roysambo, all those. Those who own are those ladies. Sometimes with their husbands, sometimes without, because they don't wink.
Food for a while. Ladies, those strong and independent ladies will not understand this.
Yeah, for sure, it's so important.
But I'm telling you sometimes I'm telling you, this is the best feeling. I'm everybody behind me. I die fast before my people.
Yeah.
Now we've reached a stage where people are telling me to be strong.
You're like,
Why?
you see someone.
So when you talk about a typical suitable woman, I don't know whether Rocio is, but in my opinion, she's not. Because for her, she says, okay, you are a kind of man who can't listen. So let's let things be. If they are spoiled, you'll be accountable, right? So this example that has been used, of course, I'll use the same because it is what we can see. This part whereby you are trying to help her get where she will land when she gets to London. And she's like, no. I'm okay. I'm set. I'm an independent mother. That is the communication she gave to you. Maybe it's your wife, I don't know. According to your mindset, of course, when you stay with a woman for 2 weeks in the village, that woman becomes your wife, which may be true. In most cases, of course. But for a modern woman, I don't know. I reserve my comments, but I think what I know, when a man has enough wealth, every woman wants that formalization of marriage. Ask me why Lucy Natasha had to have that wedding. And we heard about their relationship with the Hindu guy long ago. Ask me why Bolo had to have an official marriage. Prince Ida, why had he to have an official marriage? Tell me why Bahati and Diana are going to have a wedding. But they are staying together. But they don't consider each other as a wife and husband. That's why they are insisting on a wedding. Now you, the king of Nyabohanze, you are there talking about 2 weeks, and that becomes your wife. Yeah, in the mindset and in the general views of your followers, they'll say that it's your wife. But have you ever thought deeper about Rocio? Because we read this story, A Silent Song, and there is a story known as The Truly Married Woman. In The Truly Married Woman, this man thought that he thinks this is the wife, but the wife was never gratified because she doesn't have that ring. She doesn't have it. In fact, even in papers, how do you travel with somebody and claim that they are your wife if you don't have a marriage certificate? We don't force you to have a legal big one, but even a smaller, whichever way of formalization is necessary. I think it's necessary at this point. As you look over your projects and what have you, it's important that you secure your marriage too. A child is not enough to secure marriage. By the way, men should be aware. I'm a woman. So I'm talking from my perspective. Sometimes you detest a man who just thinks their opinion matters and yours does not. Yeah, so let's just break the monotony of narration by looking at this.
Just arrived home. Time for lunch. Thank God I have a wife, otherwise I would have gone without food. I don't know how I'll survive when she's outside.
No, it's not that I cook, but at least I tell you, I bring you.
Yeah, so that's just a short break. What did you see? Yeah? She doesn't cook for him. She only serves. So when Marwa is cheating that typical material women are to cook, even the sister was there talking about she will be cooking for her husband. Hey, don't lie to us, because I have sisters who, though they have gone for other courses like catering and what have you, one has even worked in Saudi Arabia. The country most of you say is dangerous. And she survived 2 good years. And let me tell you, in most of these homes where people say they have money, they don't cook. Women don't cook. Don't lie to us. They don't. Oh, they don't. Their nails are so long, you know. Their work maybe might just be touching the plate on the table and serving, but they don't cook. It is the maids who cook in those houses. So don't lie to us. So now Rocio is here. Of course, we know the nannies are so many in the house. They cook. Don't lie to us. The other thing is that this lady does not like, in her nature, of course, she does not like arguments, physical or verbal. But she just throws one word and people will know what this is all about. Yeah? So like one day, let's just talk about this journey. When you are proposing that your followers should receive her, what did she say? When your sister still wanted to intervene so that maybe you are thinking like someone should watch over. Women hate that. If your sister has not told you, personally, when I'm going on my own ventures, sometimes you have to take a breath. It doesn't mean when I'm married, whenever I'm traveling, I have to travel with my husband. I have to, tie him around me. We need a breath. In reality, marriages sometimes are suffocating. And people we are staying with don't understand. They may just think we are living okay. But women, of course, somebody say women are never satisfied. You provide money, they'll demand love. You provide love, they demand time. You provide time. So be aware. Women are never satisfied. We have so many dreams. Of course, I want you just to watch this video in the plane. What
wanted to, I don't know if coming alone, maybe, I don't know, I just knew that I was going. It doesn't matter if I was alone or with a company or with friends or with husband or with family or whatever. I always knew that I was coming. But
Rocio told us, and I liked it. Congratulations, Rocio. Listen to that. So, as I was saying, I had to break a little to do something. But as I was saying, I think every woman on this platform, those who are lying and saying, she's just going for what and what, let me tell you, when a woman is feeling suffocated, they always take a break. And when your dreams have been suffocated or like they're hidden for so long, we seek for them, regardless of the age. Having a kid does not stop us. That is a very good message Rocio has sent to the family. So that this aspect of that video, where you are telling people that a typical, I don't know what woman will do what and what.
with traveling solo alone with Maisha as a mama traveler, and so far I want to like pay attention to all the little and big challenges that I can have as a pay attention to all the little and big challenges that I can have as a mom traveling alone with my baby, so I can share with other mothers. But I also want to encourage you that motherhood cannot stop you from doing whatever you dreamed of. I think I will repeat this many times because it's like my biggest title of all this trip that I'm doing. But I'm heading to London and then I'm heading to Brussels in Belgium. So we are going to enjoy some Belgian French fries. Well, Belgian fries, not French fries, and some chocolate.
Yeah, so guys, you heard about that, right? So the nyabohanze, ugali, and chapati no more. We are into French fries, right? In Belgium. So Mara says unknown destination. Unknown destination. So let's move ahead with this reaction. You got it right? Women have got their dreams. So don't dream about making somebody a mother and you think that they'll be stuck right there. If they have brains and some money in the pocket, no.
Belgian chocolate? Belgian chocolate! And yes, I'm very excited about a lot of things, but we are together in this. We are together. I'm not really traveling that alone. I'm with you guys. I take you with me. I will take you with me everywhere. So subscribe to this channel.
Yeah, so guys, women, we have dreams, we have ambitions. And, you know, it's long ago that men thought they would dominate in our lives and take over everything. Put us under siege. That is no longer the way. It is no longer the way. And most times when I'm going to my ventures, I was saying, I wouldn't like to be hosted by a relative of my husband, a friend of my husband, or, you know, those people will put me in the limelight like they're watching me. That is like surveillance, right? Kwanza kwa video zangu umeanza kunikera wewe. That is like surveillance. So she's just trying to declare, I am independent. I am independent. I am seeking, I am flying without wings, right? Flying without wings. Yeah. There's a time we need to seek into ourselves, and that time we move away from those husbands that believe they are the world to us, the rich husbands. Hey, you remember Marwa talking about the rich, you are rich, whatever. And is there like at Mitoto, the people of Europe, when my kid lands, take care of them. How? How? Rocio has already assured you that she's very okay. She has made all arrangements, and you are there saying, Mitoto, be taken care of by... Who do you think you are anyway? Even being a husband does not qualify to make you think like you can be suffocating someone, making all decisions. You already made the decisions about your home, the kitchen, the parking, the gate. Hey, whoever says typical traditional men. Of course, typical traditional men think construction is about them. Every project that is physical is about them. I saw this video where Dimongo was like, we need men in this. Men in terms of workers whom we are paying or what? Because I don't see Marwa doing it himself. Most times it's just pe. I don't see him carrying, stones, fixing them together. His are instructions. And you saw in the kitchen when he was there, he has decided everything is all over, talking to Fundis, calling Rocio only to talk once. Like, by the way, come around. By the way, are you around? By the way, after I've done everything, I'm the engineer, designer, model. By the way, can you say something? And Rocio was like, let's cross fingers. You see that? When a woman does that, she has already read your mind. She knows this man does not like my comments. So let me massage his ego and just tell him, let's cross fingers and trust in what Mura will do. That is not safe. I've told you Mount Kenya women don't. And things move. Things move. So let Rocio have the freedom to decide things. If she decides to travel, let her travel, and you don't insist on having her stay, I don't know where. Yesterday she said she felt so good for the first time traveling alone. Being a mother does not bound her. Being a mother does not kill her dreams. Being a mother does not stop women. That's a very strong message she has sent to all of us women. And that is a message all of us should accept. Because some women are so much suffocated once they are married, they think the man should decide everything. No. No. Some things you have to decide. You just decide. If it's a journey, go with your daughter. Or if you don't have a child, you can place your child in the hands of maybe a mother-in-law or somebody and go. Venture. Because life is there. And of course, even if you're married, and the Bible says you're one, there are times in the other world of social you are not. Not all my friends can be my husband's friends. No. Not all the projects I want to do can be the project my husband wants to do. And that does not mean I just say yes sir to everything he suggests. Yeah, this is a very sweet discussion. It's only that I'm getting ready to work. Let me go. Of course, I know somehow it will crop up again in another video that I'll be doing during the day. Otherwise, I am really appreciative to my followers. Every day I'm getting subscribers and I smile at that. Sometimes I do a live and I get some people viewing and I'm so happy. And I always say, if you have a channel, let me know so that I also subscribe. Of course, I'll be getting to check those who are subscribing so that if they have YouTubes, I also subscribe to their, it's always good to give back a hand. Yeah. Bye-bye for now. Have a nice day.